From Babylon to Baghdad, the Middle East has been extremely important, extremely fascinating, and one of the most famous areas of the world. Problem is, not a lot of people can find the Middle East right away on a map. Reason is, they don't know where it is. It's confusing. It's in the middle of things. It should be in the middle part of the eastern half of the world. That's not exactly true. Let's take a look at the map. Which continent is it in? Well, it's close to Africa, but it's not in Africa. It's close to Europe, but it's not in Europe. It's actually in the western part of Asia. So why is it called the Middle East? Well, it's because it's almost in between all three of these continents. So it's located between three continents. Why is it important? Well, the whole world is affected by the Middle East. What makes it so special? Three of the world's main religions call this area home. Who is involved? Almost every country in the world, if you can imagine that. Christianity, Islam, Judaism, all find their homes in and around Israel. Why should the United States care? Well, other than the fact that we have many Catholics, Christians, Muslims, as well as Jewish people within the United States, we are heavily involved in their politics, we are heavily involved in their conflicts, and they are heavily involved in the world of politics themselves. Their history intertwines with ours. The Middle East used to be a part of the French Empire, much like America. The British Empire as well, much like America. Can you write down any other areas of the world that this sounds like? Take a look at the map if you would like. Take a few seconds and find an area that we've covered that also fits this description. Well, what about the geography of it? It's just one big desert. It's hot, and that's it. Well, not exactly. They have mountains. They have seas. They're near oceans. They have cold spells. They even have snow. So we're going to look into all of this as we cover this unit. And to make sure that you know that the Middle East is much different than most people think. What about the religion? They must be all Muslim, right? Wrong. The Middle East has different versions of Muslim and Islam. It has Judaism, and even has different versions of Christianity, all of which find the Middle East as what they would call the Holy Land. As we look into this area, we will also look at landforms, climates, countries, and cities as always. While looking at the different types of religions and conflicts, we'll look at the history and, of course, the religions. And specifically in this unit, we will look at the 1948 conflict between Israel, Palestine, technically Great Britain, and the United Nations. We will look at the three major religions, which are Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, and how the United States have been involved over the years, whether it's helping the Afghans against the Russians in the 1970s and 80s, fighting in Iraq in the 1990s and in 2000s, and fighting ourselves in Afghanistan, or even just the politics we've been involved with, all of which connecting our world to theirs, giving you a great view of geography and politics of the Middle East. This is a preview of what's coming up. If you have any questions, please ask in class. Otherwise, please continue to fill out your worksheet, and I will see you tomorrow.